What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media and welcome back for another episode of Pokemon X and Y Battle Spot Live 6v6 edition. This is episode number 30 and today, unfortunately, we are faced with the finale of this series just because I ran out of time to record. I bulk recorded as many of these as I possibly could before time runs out, but unfortunately we are at the end of the road here. So this is episode 30. This will be it for the series, and this shouldn't actually be going up on the channel until like the third week of September, somewhere in there, so at least you guys had some extra videos to enjoy. So we are 22-8 coming into today's episode. If we could get a victory and get up to 23-8 for the entire series, I'd be perfectly okay with that. We're bringing the same team one last time. I'll give you guys an overview of that in a second. Before I do, I'd like to remind you, if you haven't done so already, and you would like to show some support to the channel and the series, remember, just a friendly little reminder that all you have to do is click that thumbs up button right below this video to show your support. It really does mean a lot. You guys have been carrying the channel way farther than I thought it was ever going to get, honestly, just because of all your support in the comment section, on the likes, all that stuff, every single day. You guys are pretty darn dedicated, and that's why I'm dedicated to bringing you these videos as much as I possibly can. So, let's take a look at the team here. We've got our physically offensive Staraptor with Quick Attack, U-Turn, Brave Bird, and Double Edge, Reckless, of course. Especially offensive Goodra. It's kind of like a tankish set, actually. It's got 4 attacking moves, but it's invested in its HP. So there's that. Then we have physically defensive Rotom, Heat with the Will-O-Wisp, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, and Overheat. Bulk up Hitmonchan, packing a Drain Punch, Mach Punch, and Ice Punch for attacking moves. Physically defensive Gliscor with Hyper Cutter, Defog, Stealth Rock, Acrobatics, and Roost. And then we have specially defensive Starmie with Cosmic Power, Recover, Scald, and Psyshock, packing the Natural Cure, and we are pretty much set here to go ahead and look for a battle. So that is what we are going to do. That is what we are going to do, ladies and gents. And we'll see if BattleSpot can actually find us an opponent. I don't know if anybody's playing this meta right now, because, like I said, it's coming to a close very shortly. I'm assuming they're going to go into a maintenance period, and it'll be gone. So we have Bark here from New York. Okay, Bark. He's bringing, oh, wow, power. Blaziken, Mamoswine, Gyarados, Latios, Rotom Wash, and Aegislash. Yes, very, very creative indeed. So let's see here. Leads. Blaziken is a common lead, and so is Mamoswine, because Mamoswine could be packing the rocks for the team. Getting rocks up seems like a good idea to me, because the Gyarados and the, well, mostly just the Gyarados doesn't like it, and Gyarados is so bulky, I really don't have much of an answer for it, especially because as long as that Mamoswine is alive, I can't just spam electric type moves, and even still, the Gyarados will outspeed my Rotom, so there's that. So let's see here. The Mamoswine wants to lead off. It can't really touch Rotom, so there's that. If the Rotom Wash leads off, that could be a little bit of a problem, because Hydro Pump is going to hurt. Although we do take on the Blaziken fairly nicely. So you know what? I'm going to lead off with the Rotom. And I mean, Gliscor does take on this team fairly well, but with that Mamoswine around, I'm kind of scared. Mamoswine and Latios, and even the Rotom in particular, really do a number on Gliscor. Actually, the Aegislash does too, because it's probably special and or mixed. So Gliscor might have a hard time in this battle. I don't really know. We shall see how things go here. If I had physically defensive Starmie instead of the specially defensive one, it would be able to take on Gyarados a lot better. Because EQ is going to hurt, especially once he gets up at Dragon Dance. That's just not going to feel so good, and I'm not packing the T-Bowl. It's just a bad time. So we do see the Rotom Wash starting things off here. And he's probably going to outspeed unless he is completely defensive, in which case we may be looking at a speed tie. But he's still probably packing the Hydro Pump, so I don't know that I want to I don't know. Do I want to stay in? Do I want to switch? I mean, it can't really touch Goodra, so there's that. He's probably not going to go for a Will-O-Wisp either. The thing is, I would love to bring in Hitmonchan here, because I can take a Hydro Pump, but yeah, I just don't think it's a good idea, because then he can Willow me if he's carrying it, which I'm sure he is. So we may even see a Volt Switch coming here. But I think Goodra is our best switch. I don't want to mess around with this. I don't want to lose my Rotom or even take a lot of damage unnecessarily, just because it's not really a good idea. I want to be able to try to burn that Gyarados especially. So out comes the Goodra, and we see the Volt switch just to get some momentum, and that's really not going to do that much damage at all. That's hard to tell if it's defensive or not, just because Goodra is so bulky on the special side, even without any investment. So I'm not carrying any investment in my special defense whatsoever. Just max HP, max special attack, nothing fancy. The Mamoswine is going to come out here, and that stinks because I don't have any speed investment. I'm not outspeeding, and even if I did, I'm modest. So a lot of times, you know, Jolly is the nature of choice for these Mamoswines, so that's just going to kind of poop on everything. Now, what we can do is go into Rotom, because unless he's carrying the Stone Edge, he can't really touch me. Icicle Crash isn't going to do that much to a physically defensive Rotom. He can't hit me with EQ. My team is very Ice Weak, unfortunately. Goodra, Gliscor, and Staraptor all get one-shotted by physical ice moves. Gliscor, I mean, it's physically defensive, but it's not going to take an Icicle Crash, I don't think, from a Mamoswine. It's probably just not happening, because Mamoswine's base attack is like 130 or something ridiculous, 125 maybe, somewhere in that range. So we really don't have much of a choice except to go into the Rotom here. Basically is what I was trying to say. It took a long time to say one specific thing. I don't know why, that just happens all the time. Go off on a tangent, I guess. And he's going to take this opportunity to get up his Stealth Rocks, which is not a bad play at all. And I'm going to take this opportunity to Willow you. Now, if you want to go into the Blaziken, unless you're packing the Stone Edge, you're not going to be able to do that much damage to Rotom either, and then I can Volt Switch out to Gliscor, which can then proceed to defog away all of these darn Stealth Rocks. Will-O-Wisp it is. He's probably going to switch here. He's not going to want to stay in unless he has the Stone Edge, in which case he may stay in. I don't really know. He shouldn't be afraid of an Overheat, though, because he's probably packing the Thick Fat, so I wouldn't do that much damage. Although he hasn't seen my set, so he may think that I'm offensive. I don't know. I think it should have tipped him off in the first turn that I switched out right away, though, instead of Volt switching out on the Rotom. So out comes the Gyarados. Why? Predicting an Overheat, maybe? That's not going to take this Will-O-Wisp very nicely. Of course it avoids the attack. Of freaking course. Are you kidding me? That... Really, game? Really? Alright, T-Bolt. He's probably going to go back into the Mamoswine. No, he's not. He's just going to Waterfall. That miss matters so much, because now I'm going to take a butt-ton of damage. I mean, we don't flinch, thankfully, so we get the nice T-Bolt off, and that is a dead Gyarados. But there was no reason for us to take all that damage. Man, I really wanted that Willow to hit. That stinks. Okay, at least we didn't have to sacrifice our Rotom here. At least not to the Gyarados, but it's going to go down pretty much to anything he wants to bring out, which really just really stinks. I mean, I guess you can't get too salty about a freaking Willow miss. If you're running Will-O-Wisp, it's gonna miss. Even though it has 85% accuracy, you can't get salty about that. I've just been having a lot of misses lately, and I think that's why it's just starting to get to me. So now it's like every time anything misses, I'm like, ah, and I freak out in a weird voice, just like that. Alright, so what are you gonna do to me? Just straight up high jump kick, or are you gonna protect? Because that's what all of these things do, they just protect. Protect, protect, protect. I really don't want you getting a speed boost, though. I mean, to be fair, if he wants the high jump kick, yeah, I'm gonna save this Rotom. I'm gonna go into Gliscor here, I'm not afraid. Acrobatics should one-shot a Blaziken, or come really close. So if he has to go for Flare Blitz and get any kind of residual damage, or recoil, I should say, that should be enough to take him out. Yeah, he's gonna go for the high jump kick. He avoids the attack. Wow, okay, so that matters just as much. So I guess the Hax Gods felt bad for me there. Because that, I mean, that wasn't going to do much damage to Gliscor, but all that damage on his Blaziken really does stink. I will say that much, that is very unfortunate. He's going to Baton Pass a speed boost out to something. That's a really good move to carry on Blaziken. You don't see it very often, surprisingly so. But we're going to get a nice little defog off and get rid of these rocks. So the Mamoswine, I'm guessing, is going to come out. So we're going to have to switch. As much as I wanted to get my own rocks up, no, he's going to go into his Rotom here for the the speed boost into the Rotom. That is very interesting indeed. So he's probably not going to Volt Switch here. He's probably just going to Hydro Pump. I mean, that's fine, but we can easily go into Goodra here because Goodra walls the stabs. I mean, we're gonna get outsped, obviously, but if he's running max speed, we'd be outsped anyway. Actually, even if he wasn't running max speed, it would outspeed anyway, because I think Rotom Wash has a base 86 speed stat. Goodra has base 80, so there's that. Trying to think if there's a better play here. Starmie gets pooped on by Thunderbolt. Rotom will die to a Hydro Pump, and that's probably what he's going to go for here. Hitmonchan doesn't really want to take too many hits from this thing, especially if it's packing the Will-O-Wisp. Same thing with Staraptor. So Goodra's really the only switch here. I don't want to take extra damage on this Gliscor because we need it for that Blaziken. Because we can wall the Blaziken all day, and we can one-shot it with Acrobatics too. So there we go. There's the Willow. Okay, that's a good play because... you know what? I should have went into the Starmie because I have recovery on it and I have the natural cure, and he wasn't going to go for an electric type move with Gliscor there. That just was not going to happen. So now he gets some nice residual damage going on this, which is really unfortunate because it would be a nice switch into the Aegislash maybe. Now he may go into the Aegislash here, to be fair, predicting a dragon type move. I would love to go for a Fire Blast, but we need to try to get some damage going on something. So I'm going to go for the safe Dragon Pulse here. I'm not going to make a fancy prediction. He is going to Volt Switch out, so that does absolutely nothing. The burn is actually doing more damage than this Rotom's attacks do. So I don't really understand the Baton Pass into the Rotom. I guess he just did it for Switch Initiative, which is, that's perfectly fine too. Because, you know, that's some Pokemon run it just for that, like Espeon. So we'll see what he wants to go into. I'm guessing the Aegislash. I should have went for that Fire Blast. No, the Mamoswine's going to come out here. He's going to take a butt ton of damage due to this Dragon Pulse. And I'm actually considering not switching out here. Wow, we got a crit. Okay, well, all that complaining I did about the hacks earlier on is now making me look like a loser because my opponent is getting hacks all over the place. Missing a 90% accuracy move and then getting critted, that definitely mattered. Well, I guess not, because he still outspeeds, right? I mean, I guess it does, because it puts him in priority range where we can come in with anything and kill him off. Now, I don't know that I really want to... I kind of want to just sacrifice Goodra here, to be perfectly honest with you guys. I kind of do. Let's see here. What is he probably going to go for? Probably the Stealth Rocks. Assuming I'm going to switch. I would love to just get rid of this thing. So, you know what? I'm just going to go for Dragon Pulse. I'm going to get rid of this thing. Unless he wants to kill me off. We'll see. He's going to go for the Icicle Spear. Yeah, that is going to be a dead Goodra. Because he gets a crit. Okay, well, I guess it's very even then. I missed the Willow, he missed the high jump kick. We both got critted that mattered. Because if he only hit 2 times without that crit, that would have not been a kill. But at the very least, now we have prevented him. Oh, never mind. Okay, the communication has been interrupted. So he just DC'd for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe he DC'd on the crit? I'm not sure why he did that. But you know what? It's the finale. So we're going to count that as a win. Because I was a DC on my opponent's part. I take that as the same thing as a forfeit. There was no clear-cut winner, so that's unfortunate if his internet gave out or whatever it may be. We're going to count that as a win. That brings us up to 23-8, but because this is the finale, we're going to make this a little bit special. We're going to go into another battle. So this episode is going to be probably a little bit longer than usual. So I figured you guys really wouldn't mind that. You know, bonus battle on a 6v6 episode, that's pretty darn cool. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe you hate it. Maybe you think it's the worst thing ever. Maybe that just ruined your day. I'm not sure. I would hope that's not the case. So we'll see. We're up against somebody from Mexico. Okay. Vic is his name. And he has a 1500 rating. He's bringing a cool team. This is really cool. We got Milotic, Exploud, Sableye, Arcanine, Cinccino, and Gliscor. So these are all Pokemon you really do not see very often. All I've been seeing is Talonflame, Tyranitar, what else? Aegislash in like every single match recently. And regardless of where the opponent was from, as much as I say usually the Japanese people are the ones to bring that onto BattleSpot, it was people from all over the place. Just like nobody had any creativity during team building. The most creativity I saw was Toxic Stalling Tyranitar, and let's be real, that's not creative at all. Alright, so let's see here. He doesn't have, unless he's got Defog on that Gliscor, I think setting up rocks early is going to really be beneficial to the team. So we're going to lead off with the Gliscor. He might lead off with his own Gliscor, maybe, or the Sableye for the burn, which is possible. Is it? I'm really not sure what he's going to lead off with. It could be the Chinchino too for a fast U-turn. That's very possible. That'll do nothing to Gliscor. He's got a lot of physical attackers. Actually, not really, depending on what the Sableye is. They tend to run Foul Play, probably not Knockoff for an itemless meta, because that's something that only I do. Then you've got, I guess Arcanine could go either way. It's almost always physical, though. I don't know, I'm just rambling here, contradicting myself. So we got Vic here, and we are ready. We are ready for this match. So 23-8 is our record. So we got a chance to go 24-8 for the series. That's pretty darn good. I really didn't think we were going to get out of this series without at least 10 losses. So the Milotic is going to lead things off. That is not good for us. Because if it's offensive, it outspeeds us. If it's defensive, it doesn't. But it might still carry the Ice Beam either way, and I'm not just going to give up Gliscor when it walls things like Arcanine. Just not going to let it go that early. So if you're going to go for an Ice Beam, well, actually, regardless of what you have, I don't think you can really do much to Starmie. So we'll at least get to scout a little bit here by going into good old Starla, which is specially defensive, so we should be able to take the hits just fine. There's the Scald. The burn is not going to be the worst thing in the world just because we have the natural cure, so we can always switch out. And there's that. Yeah, he's going to get the burn. You know, that kind of stinks, but it's Scald. You know, it's a 30% chance. I don't know, you can't really whine about Scald and Discharge and those types of moves, because if that really bothers you that much, I mean, you're going to be upset often, just because that's the life of Pokemon. I kind of want to go for Scald to try to get burns of my own, but that will activate the Marvel scale. Is it worth the residual damage? My opponent may predict a Psychic-type move and go into the Sableye also. There's that. I'm going to go for Psyshock this turn, then we'll go for Scald afterwards. He's going to stay in. I wonder what he has for me. I mean, he probably has the Recover. That doesn't do anything. He's just going to continually spam the Scald, so fair enough. That really is not doing much, even with the burn. I mean, having the lefties would be very, very helpful, but I'm going to say this is defensive. I mean, granted, we outspeed it, so there's that, but I'm going to go for a Scald here. Let's see if we can get a burn. He's going to withdraw now, probably the Sableye, predicting me to go for another Psychic-type move. That's why I didn't want to just spam Psyshock with that Sableye round. Maybe we can get a burn on this. That would be cool. That would be really cool. That does a butt ton of damage. We do not get the burn, unfortunately. You can't go for a Will-O-Wisp, so what do you have for me? I'm going to recover up here, and then we can switch out. Yeah, he's going to recover up too. Alrighty, fair enough. Fair enough. So the only damage that we're going to take this turn is going to be from the burn. And like I said, that's going to disappear pretty darn quick because of the good old Natural Cure. That's why I love using Defensive Starmie. That Natural Cure is great for absorbing status. It's great for absorbing spores, sleep powders, stun spores, toxics, you name it. You name it! Why did I say it like that? I don't know. Now, we could go into Gliscor here to try to set up some things. That has potential. I'm just curious as to what this Sableye is going to do, because I'm just not sure. I'm really not sure. We can go into, I guess, Rotom, because we also can't be burned. And we can Volt Switch out into the Gliscor to hopefully get a chance to set up the Stealth Rocks. Or we can go right into Gliscor now, knowing he's not going to Will-O-Wisp this turn. I really don't know what he's going to want to do, to be fair. And I think getting up rocks is more important here. So we're going to go into the Gliscor because that's going to greatly decrease the longevity of that Arcanine, which is something that we need to happen regardless of whether it's offensive or not. Oh, okay, there's that. The taunt. Well, I guess we're not using Stealth Rock then. We're going to switch out because the Will-O-Wisp is coming. So that's just incredibly obvious. So I will go right ahead into my Rotom and then we will Volt Switch out from there. And then maybe we can set up some rocks. I don't know. It depends on how this plays out. We shall see. Yeah, there's the Will-O-Wisp. That was obvious as anything. And I kind of want to go for a Will-O-Wisp of my own here. But the Arcanine could come out. And if it's Flash Fire, because we haven't seen it yet. If it's Flash Fire, that would just be terrible, terrible news. So we're going to Volt Switch out. He's going to taunt me here. Maybe predicting a Will-O-Wisp. I don't know. He just wants to taunt all of the things. All of the things. So he stayed in, which means we can't go into Gliscor, unfortunately. Because he does have the Prankster, so he'll outspeed and get that nice taunt off, and it just will not be a good time. So with that being said, I think we might want to go into Starmie here. Even though he can still Willow me, I really don't want anything else getting residual damage. So, is he going to go for the Recover? I really don't know. I would love to just go for Scald and get a burn here, though, so that's what I'm going to try to do. No, he's going to taunt me. So we have a chance here to maybe take this out, I think. If I'm remembering how much damage it did correctly. The Sableye is a problem. Can we get the burn? Can we get the burn? We cannot get the burn. He's going to go for Recover. I'm going to Scald again. Yeah, there's the Recover. So Recover plus Scald is doing maybe about the same amount of damage. It looks right around the same. Let's see with this damage here. Yeah, he's pretty much not getting anywhere. That's 3 Scalds, no burn. Come on. It's a 30% chance. Can we get 1 on something? He's going to withdraw now, knowing that I'm just going to spam Scald, and eventually I am going to get the burn. Now the Milotic's going to come out. Can we get a burn on this? That would be cool, because residual damage on a Milotic is always good. Like I said before, it'll be unfortunate that we have to activate the Marvel Scale. There we go. 4th time is the charm, ladies and gents. Now, we have to keep in mind that this thing does have Recover. Our taunt is going to wear off, so that's cool. That is definitely cool. We unfortunately don't have much of a switch here. We can go into the Goodra to start T-bolting, but I don't know that I want to play that game. So let's try to just get some Cosmic Powers up. Eventually he's going to get the burn on the Skull, because I think that's what he's going to go for. Or he may just go for Recover this turn. I'm not really sure. But getting our defenses up is always good. Oh no, the Toxic is a thing. Alrighty, well that is not something that I like. So we have Scald and Toxic on the same set. Now that is a little bit scary. We're not going to want to stay in very long. I don't think. I don't think that's something that we're going to want to do. I don't think Psyshock will kill either. So, let's see here. Let's see here. So, Scald, Recover is going to be one of his moves. Toxic, what else do you have? If he has Protect, he's going to go for it here. But I really just don't have anything I want to switch in. I really don't. So let's go for the Psyshock here. So we outspeed because Starmie is amazing like that. And we get a nice chunk of damage off as he's going to go for the Recover to, you know, start the whole stalling process. So that kind of stinks. So should I go for Recover here? Kind of want to Recover up first. But I think with the Toxic damage that we actually will take more if he goes for Scald. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a problem. This is going to be a bit of a problem. I don't have much for this. I would have to get burned or toxicked. And I don't want to do that on really anything, to be honest with you guys. Maybe his other move is Ice Beam. I don't know. But I don't want to like switching Goodra or Gliscor on that. That would just be terrible. I don't think he's going to spam Scald. So I think we're safe to go into Rotom here. And then we can Volt Switch out. Depending on what he does here. If he doesn't Recover, I'm going to go for T-Bolt. No, he's going to withdraw the Milotic. Okay, I was not expecting that. Out comes the Sableye, which can't Will-O-Wisp us, so he's probably going to just switch out here or Recover. I would love to go for an Overheat. Let's see, should I go for a T-Bolt? just to try for max damage. What else does he have to switch in on this? Trying to think what he has. Depends on what he predicts. I'm not going to go for a fire type move with that Arcanine around unless I know that it's not Flash Fire though, so I'm not even going to bother with that. I'm just going to go for T-Bolt here. He's going to withdraw the Sableye. That was not a good matchup for him, I'm guessing. He's going to go out. Oh, he has the Glizzcore. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know what you're going to have for me though. Knockoff maybe? Toxic? You're probably going to Toxic, aren't you? You're probably a ridiculous Toxic stalling set. I'm going to Willow you. Go ahead. No, he's offensive. Props to you, my friend. Props to you. I'm glad I packed the Willow, though. I'm so happy. We need to hit this. There we go. Okay. So we've essentially neutered this thing. He's probably going to spam Acrobatics, and it's just not going to be a good time. As much as I would love to say that this Glizzcore here is not going to be switching out into the Arcanine, and I would love to go for the Overheat. It's really risky. It really, really is. I kind of want to just go into my own Glizzcore. And you know what? Do I want to do that? Because he might be able to get up another Swords Dance. I feel like I would be able to stall him out, though. I really do. Alright, you know what? We're going to go into our own Glizzcore here. And to me, getting up the rocks is worth it because he's been doing a lot of switching around. And that Arcanine is still something that scares me. He is going to get up another Swords Dance. He's going to take some more burn damage. And he's going to be faster than me because he's offensive. So we need to keep that in mind. I still don't think he's going to be able to do over half, though. He would have to get up another Swords Dance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up rocks this turn. He goes for the knockoff. I'm not carrying an item, though. You're not packing the Acrobatics? I don't know. I cannot judge this person for carrying the knockoff because just about every single team that I've brought to this meta, there's always been at least like one Pokemon that had knockoff. I always did it. I don't know why. It's stupid, but I just never wanted to change my moveset. So I really am not going to judge you at all for that because I probably done it way more than this person has. So I can't even say that it's a bad thing. Now I'm going to go for the Acrobatics as my opponent does switch out into the Sableye that is dead as anything. I really didn't think you were going to sacrifice it. He barely survives the rocks, but the Acrobatics will finish him off. I'm not sure why you want to give up all your boosts unless the knockoff is the only thing you have to hit the Glizzcore with. If you're not packing in the Acrobatics, then I understand. But if it's offensive, I figured the Acrobatics would be coming our way. Props to not using a Toxic Stalling set, though. Definitely props to you for that. Now the Exploud comes out, and you, my friend, are going to try to Boom Burst me into the next dimension. Can I take two Boom Bursts with Goodra or Starmie? I really don't know, to be perfectly honest with you guys. Do we need Starmie for anything else other than absorbing status? I mean, with that Sableye gone, we don't have to worry about the Willow spam. But Boom Burst is going to just poop on this Glizzcore. So I want to keep this around because the Arcanine is still around, the Glizzcore is still around. We just wall the both of them like you cannot believe. So I'm going to try our fate here. Test our fate, I guess is what I should say. And see if Starmie, our good old Starla, can take a couple of hits from this thing. We shall see. The Boom Burst is going to hurt, though. Yeah, there it is. The only reason that people even use Exploud. And, wow, we actually survived that. And that did about 50-ish%. Almost on the dot. We definitely outspeed this thing. But I don't think we're going to get an opportunity to go for the recover. So I'm thinking that a Psy Shock followed by a Mach Punch will be enough to take this thing out. So is that what I'm going to do? Yep, I think it is. Psy Shock it is. Because you don't have that Sableye to switch in. Yeah, he's just going to stay in and finish off Starla here, which is fine by me. Because that Steel does some... Steel? Did I say Steel? Still does some nice damage. And poor Starla goes down. I could have tried to save her, but it just was not worth it in my opinion. Now, what we actually could do is... Will Hitmonchan kill with a Mach Punch? That is the thing. Because Goodra can definitely take a Boom Burst from this thing. Even if it had Choice Specs, I'm pretty sure Goodra could still take a hit and retaliate back. But, I'm gonna go into the Hitmonchan here. We should outspeed. Actually, I can go for a Drain Punch. Pretty sure we do outspeed. X-Cloud is fairly slow, and I do have some speed investment on this thing. Trying to think. I think we do. I'm pretty sure we outspeed, so I'm gonna go for the Drain Punch here. No, we do not outspeed. Never mind. Okay, I spoke too soon. That's not gonna be a kill, and we're gonna get most of that HP back due to the Drain Punch. I guess I just completely derped on the speed tier of X-Cloud. I mean, it's still some damage that we didn't need to take. I could have went for a bulk up, but there's also the possibility of the Arcanine coming out here, and that could be an unfortunate thing. If he goes out into the Gliscor, we can just Ice Punch, or even we can bulk up, actually, now that I think about it. He's going to take some damage due to the rocks, and can we bulk up? No, he definitely outspeeds us. He's base 95. And he's offensive. So let's just go for a nice Ice Punch to get rid of him. Yeah, there's the EQ. He is burned, so that shouldn't do too much. Nothing crazy. That would have done a lot if we did not burn this thing previously. And Ice Punch is going to take this Gliscor out, which was more of a liability to him than anything else. Or, I guess not a liability, but I guess just fodder, basically, because it was burned. So now we're going to see the Milotic come out, which is fine, and we can get a nice Drain Punch off. It's not going to kill because of the Marvel Scale. I'm really surprised he's not bringing the Arcanine out here. That leads me to believe that it's Flash Fire and offensive, I guess. I mean, he would still outspeed, so I'm not sure. Because if he was defensive, then he would have the Intimidate, and that you would think that would be what you would want to come in with. And I'm pretty sure Extreme Speed would kill without a bulk up. So I don't know, but I'm going to go for a Drain Punch here, see what he wants to do. We do outspeed this because this is defensive. And, oh wow, that is a kill. Maybe it was competitive and not Marvel Scale. I did not think that was going to kill in any universe. That's kind of impressive. Hitmonchan picking up kill after kill here. Took a Boom Burst from an X-Cloud. Out comes the Chinchino. And this definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, outspeeds us because it is base 115, I want to say, speed. Around that range. So it doesn't need any kind of item or anything to outspeed us. So we are pretty much forced to go for a Mach Punch here because Tail Slap should finish us off because Hitmonchan's defense is pretty darn bad. Now we could switch out into the Gliscor to take that, but I don't think that's necessary. So I'm just going to go for the Mach Punch for damage. We don't need Hitmonchan for the Arcanine, which is the last remaining Pokemon. And Mach Punch just takes out this Chinchino in one hit. Anyway, oh my goodness, the power of Jabba the Hitmonchan. Wow. There was a video, let's see, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago with Jabba here, and he pulled off a 6-0 sweep. It was ridiculous, and apparently he was not satisfied with those 6 Pokemon. He was not satisfied just by KOing them. He was like, you know what? I need more. I need more. I need more souls. So he's been taking some souls today, I guess. I guess you could say that. So we have this Arcanine out here. It does, in fact, pack the Intimidate. So I'm not sure why you didn't just bring that out first, because I feel like that would have been a better move. We have no reason to save this at this point. No reason to take damage on anything else, even though the E-Speed is fairly obvious. Or you could just go for a Flare Blitz. Because, yeah, you go for the Flare Blitz because you outspeed. There's really no reason not to. Let's go for a Drain Punch. Yeah, there's a Flare Blitz. That is going to take us out because our defense on the physical side is kind of trash, to be honest. That's what the bulk up is there for, to kind of mitigate that. But Jabba did well. He got like, what, 4 KOs? Something like that. 3, 4? I don't know. He killed a lot of things, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So we can either go out into our Rotom or the Gliscor here, or we can even go out into Staraptor because we outspeed. So you know what? That'll actually finish things off, so we'll do that. We'll get Sora some action. Good old Sora. We really haven't used her a whole lot. Let's go ahead and go for the Double Edge, because Double Edge's animation is just absolutely amazing. So is Brave Bird's, but you see Brave Bird a lot. And that, ladies and gents, is going to finish off the Arcanine and give us a double victory in this kind of bonus-ish episode battle thing. I mean, the last battle obviously wasn't a full match, so I don't really know. It's a nice 4-0 for us. That brings our record to 24-8. for the series, and that is pretty darn good, I have to say. I'm fairly pleased with that. That's a nice, what, 14 game differential? No, it's like 16 games. If I can't even math, it sounds like 16 games, but I'm probably wrong. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you enjoyed the series. It's really a shame that it has to come to an end because I really enjoyed just recording these, to be honest. I enjoyed team building and all that stuff. I really wish it was a permanent thing on BattleSpot, but I realized that a lot of people like doubles, and that's just, you know, you gotta cater to all of the audiences, and you can just do regular Wi-Fi battles. So that will probably be what replaces this, not necessarily something extra, but just some Wi-Fi battles more often. So if you want to get in on those, you can always follow me on Twitter. That's where I get all of my battles. I just tweet out when I'm looking for a battle, and whoever responds, you know, the first couple of people are usually I can't talk. The first couple of people that respond to that tweet usually are the people that get the chance to battle. It's just how it works. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you are leaving a like rating and a comment and all that good stuff. And I will see you all in the other videos on the channel. I can't even say the next episode because there's not another episode. So I'll see you guys next time. But until then, game on.